Hey, happy day. There was a man named Joe. He lived at home with his father. His mother had died many years previous, and his dad was worth about $400 million. Wow, a really rich guy. And Joe was in his 50s. His dad was really old, and the doctor came in one day and said, Joe, your dad only has about 2 weeks to live, maybe 3 at best. And anyway, that night, Joe went out. He was at a nightclub, and he met this woman. She was stunning. She was so beautiful. He met her. He fell in love instantly, and he said to her, he says, you know what? In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be worth $400, maybe $500 million because my dad's not well. Here's my card. Let's keep in touch. He was motivating her, right? Well, you know what happened? 3 days later, she became his stepmom. Women are much better at estate planning than men. You know, we have a lot of memes, jokes, all those little pictures you see on our website. So if you go to the website and hit the little header there that says, the drop down that says memes, you'll get to see them all. So many people write in and ask, can I have this one? And what happened to that one? Right, Rec, he posts them all the time. He does a terrific job. So go on the website, rightedition.com, and you just pick out whatever you want and spread it around. Now, in Michigan, they recently announced a ban on the open carry of guns at political places to avoid voter harassment and intimidation during the critical swing state election. You know what? The left does that. Firstly, it is an open carry state. You're allowed legally to walk around with a gun. They say that most people that do that, though, are right wing, and they don't want them to intimidate people on the left. But the left people are intimidating the right people all of the time, and I guess that's okay. But, you know, I tried to call a friend of mine, Ted Nugent, 10 minutes before this show to get his input because he's from Michigan originally, and I couldn't reach him. I just got his answering machine, but I'll check in with Ted, and I'm sure he's got some big views on this as to whether or not you can carry a gun going to the polling station. Of course you can, is what he will say, I think. Then, speaking about guns, you've got the judge lady. They're trying to get her to be a judge, and somebody asked her. They said, I forget who it was. Actually, I think it was Senator Graham that said, do you own a gun? And she said, yes. Pretty simple. Then CNN says this, she admits to owning a gun. Really? An admission? An admission implies that you did something bad and you were captured, you were caught. Admission? She admitted. I got to repeat it and repeat it because that's how the left swings. I mean, you talk about misinformation, that's what they do all of the time. In keeping with misinformation, President Trump recently, there was a story about him. There is a lot of stories about him all of the time, of course. This one was from a fellow named Russ Butner and Suzanne Craig. This is what they wrote. President Trump, during a televised town hall on Thursday, called his hundreds of millions of dollars in debt nothing. Just a peanut, he said, quote unquote. In fact, they start this way, the loans and the unusual requirement that he had to accept to receive the money. Those loans illustrates his financial challenges, the many challenges that he faces, and the long-standing reluctance of banks to deal with him. Painting a bad picture here of him, right? Then get this one. Mr. Trump had to personally guarantee $421 million in debt, which is very rare, an extremely rare step that lenders only require of businesses that may not be able to repay. Well, firstly, none of that's accurate. It's just not true. I mean, I've been rich and I've been poor several times. And the last round in 2009, I lost $35 million in cash, blah, blah, blah. So I've kind of been there, rich and poor. And I get it. I lost my humility long ago, but back to him. Banks always say, give us personal guarantees. That goes with the territory. It doesn't matter how much money you have. To do a deal without a personal guarantee is rare. And they make it sound like it's rare, the opposite of that. It's just not accurate stuff. Again, you know, weapons of mass destruction, we heard about those years ago. That was a hoax. Weapons of mass information, that's reality. And it's a bad reality that we have to live with every day because most people, ordinary folk, the people that have been rich and poor, you know, the ones that sleep really well at night, those people read that and they think the president's a bad guy because he had to do this and nobody else does, and it's not accurate information. Here's a man in Colorado, jumping, keep up, Colorado. He's a landlord who manages a trailer park. He sent a letter to all the tenants and he said, hey guys, if Joe Biden wins, I'm going to double your rent. If the president wins re-election, your rent will stay the same for a minimum of 2 years. Many people said, hey, that's voter suppression. Y'all can't do that. You can't tell me how to vote. And he said, I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm just telling you that if Biden gets in, taxes will go up, everything goes up. He's a socialist. What part of that don't you get? He's got to take more money from everybody to give it away to all the illegal aliens and all the people from Mars and everywhere else that he's got to give to, right? He'll be just like the prime mistake in Canada. Give, oh, but I got to take before I give, right? And voting is your choice. This is coming from the man that manages the trailer park. We're not telling you how to vote. We're just informing our tenants that we have to react according to the results of the election. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. Here's a story that it's in Orangeville, Ontario, October 20th of this year. A few days ago, a week ago, something like that, they pulled a man over. He was a 60-year-old guy. His name was Timothy Fraser of Toronto, Canada. And they stopped him for some infraction, and they asked for his license, didn't have one. He has had 8 separate lifetime driving bans. That doesn't count all the speeding tickets probably and all the various infractions that he would have had along the way. 8 lifetime bans. Apparently the guy's a drunk and all kinds of other things, suspension after suspension. Now, when you get your license removed for life 8 times, what is that? 1% of the time you actually get captured? That would be, 8,000 times he's probably been doing bad things on the road, and he's out on bail. This is a guy that can kill people. So now, put it over to guns. Take a gun, illegal gun, and walk down the street, get captured, and they keep letting you out, and they give your gun back, right? Or if they don't give it back, they put it close enough that you can take it back. That's what's going on here with the car. This guy is a walking bomb, a time bomb. Catch and release. Not very nice. You know, on a lighter note, stressful year. It is 2020. People are stressed. The president, he stresses me out, right? I'm a Democrat. Oh, not me, but you know. But there's a new thing going on, a fad. It's called cow hugging. I can't make this up. This is real cow hugging. I mean, come on already. But it's a wellness trend. It started over in the Netherlands, and now it's coming to a city near you or country near you. The practice of cuddling cows is supposed to reduce stress in humans by releasing the bonding hormone. I always think of Archie Bunker. Oxytocin. Cows are very relaxed animals. They don't fight. They don't get in trouble. This is a farm owner talking. You come to the fields and you have some special hugging cows and you can lay next to them. Wow, this has to be a liberal thing. You know what? I was taught to not play with my food, and these liberals, they're just kind of doing that. Now, to end it with more facts, here it comes. You got this, I can't pronounce names, this grade 8 thing. It comes out every now and again. Ilayam Omar, blah, blah. She pays 70% of her campaign expenditures to her husband's company. Of course she does. She's a commie, right? Of course she does. Her husband has received almost $3 million from her campaign 2020 elections. Now he's probably in the business. Maybe he does some ads and different things. I mean, who knows? But you do know that a whole bunch of that is going into their home. Another liberal politician, not unlike the Joe Bidens of the world. Hey, there's lots of them. I make this much a year, but look at me now. I'm worth hundreds of millions of dollars and I've been a bureaucrat all this time. Oh, I'll tell you what, they have to sleep in great augers. That's a crooked way to go. Hey, y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.